Hello friends, welcome to my channel on Advanced Excel. Today's video is interesting as we are going to see how to extract multiple columns with a single formula. But before that, I have two things to say. First is I want to thank all of you for giving all those views and likes to all my videos, and also taking my subscriber base from say 40, 50 to 300 plus. So it shows that my videos are extremely useful to all of you. So thanks for that. And second thing is I am giving a link of this Excel file in the description box, so that now you can download that Excel file and then practice along with me. So coming to this video, the challenge today we have is to extract multiple columns with a single formula, and also we want to make that formula dynamic. Okay, so here is my database, employee database, which has got 7 columns: employee ID, first name, last name, start date, email, phone number and department. And out of that we want to extract these 4 fields, okay, or these 4 columns, and we want to do it only with single cell formula. Okay, and we are not using VLOOKUP at all, because if we have to use VLOOKUP, you know that VLOOKUP asks for some lookup value, which in this case can be employee ID, but we don't want to use that. We want to have that formula as a single cell formula, so that no, we can just copy it down and we can copy it to the right and we have our result. So in this case there are 2 ways of doing it. First way is using index and match. So I'll start with index is equal to index. Now I want this first name. Okay, so tab, index always asks for array, so this is my array. Array is basically range of cells where your result is sitting. So this is my array. Now because we are going to copy it down and to the sides, I am pressing F4 here to make that reference an absolute reference. Then for row, now first record I want is this Nina. So in terms of row, I want to move only one row down. Okay, so if I type here 1, rather if I type here 2, because in index always begins with 1 2 3 4. So if I type here 2, and in terms of column, if I type here again 2, because this is the first column, this is second, 2, it will give us that Nina record, isn't it? But we do not want that thing to be hard coded. We want this row and column to be made dynamic, in the sense that when I copy this formula down, it should give me the consecutive record. So when I copy this down, it should give me Chantel and then Nancy, then Roselia and so on. So we are going to use row function here. So I am simply removing this 2's here, and when it is asking for row, I am using row function, row, and this is what row function does. It returns the number, row reference of a number. So I am opening parenthesis and closing it. Now we are sitting in this row number 2, so the result of this is going to be 2. Then when I copy it down, then that row number will become 3. So row, and right now let me just put that column number to be 2. So I am making it absolute and control enter. Now if I copy it down, it will give me names. Okay, so this row argument is working absolutely fine. But what about this column argument? For column argument, what we want is, the moment I copy it to this cell, the moment I copy this formula to this cell, it should fetch the phone number of Nina. Then when I copy it again to the right, it should fetch email ID of Nina and then the start date. And the best way to address this thing is to use match function. So I'm for column, I am saying match. My lookup value is this, because this is my field name, and I am hitting F4, again F4, because I want that row to remain constant but this columns to move. So lookup value is done. My lookup array is going to be this row number 1, where my column fields are lying, and I am hitting F4 straight away, and I want exact match, and I'll complete parenthesis for match, and we have already completed parenthesis for index. So Nina. So let's see whether we are fetching the result for Nina. So I am pressing Ctrl R to copy formula to its right. Okay, great. Then email is also right, and start date. So now simply you'll select this range of cell and press Ctrl D. Okay, so here it is. So using index and match, you can extract data without using VLOOKUP or without doing any copy paste kind of a thing. And the best part here is, suppose in future you do not want this phone, you want department, then Ctrl C, and instead of phone, paste special value, enter, and it's department. Okay, and I'm very sure you cannot achieve this with VLOOKUP, or if you want to achieve this with VLOOKUP, we'll have to copy that VLOOKUP 1, 2, 3, 4 times. But here we have not done anything. We have simply used one formula and we have made it dynamic in a way that the moment I change here the column label, you get the details of those columns. So instead of say email, if you want last name, so last, and here it is. Okay, so this is how you can use index and match. Now in this whenever you are building any formula and you want to use that F4 key, then this is how that F4 key works. Okay, the moment you press F4 key first time, it locks the entire cell. Then the second time you press, it locks the row but scrolls the columns. Third time you press it, it locks the column but scrolls the rows. And fourth time you press that F4 key, it unlocks the entire cell. So this is a useful trick that I am giving. So this is a first approach, okay, using index and match. Now in second approach, we are going to use offset. Okay, so I am just pressing delete now. Now coming to offset, this offset function has two dimensions or two versions, and those versions depend on the value you put in that height and width, last two arguments. Whatever value you put in that height and width, it determines how that offset function is going to work. And this is how it works. So in this height, when you are giving 1 and when the width is 1, then offset knows that user is referring to a single cell. Okay, then again, if you are these two arguments, if you are keeping them blank, then also you are referring to a single cell. So this is a first approach or first version of offset cell. And when you use offset in such a way, offset basically retrieves a data which is there in a single cell. Okay, so it basically like works like a VLOOKUP, you can say. And second approach is when in height you are giving a value which is greater than 1 and you are putting just 1 in this width, then user is referring to range of cell, or specifically user is referring to one column but multiple rows, right? And the fourth way is in height cell you are mentioning 1, and in width you are mentioning a number greater than 1. In that case, user is referring to again range of cells, but more specifically one row and multiple columns. So depending on the value you put in these two arguments, offset function works. When you are using this 1 1 or empty, then offset becomes an independent function. So you need not use offset with any other functions. It will simply fetch the result of the cell value. But when you are using this second approach, the offset becomes intermediary function or a dependent function, and in this scenario you have to use offset with some other functions in Excel, like say sum or average and things like that. So in this video or in this challenge, we are going to use offset in its first version. Okay, and let's see how. Now I'm going to use that formula argument box here, and this is how that formula argument box is going to work. When you want to use that argument box, you have to first type that function name and then press Ctrl A. And when you want to edit the function using that function argument box, then the shortcut key is Alt IF. So I am going to use these two things. So is equal to offset tab. Sorry, I am pressing Ctrl A here to activate that function arguments. Now my reference is going to be this first cell. So this is my cell which I am blocking. So now all these arguments, that is rows, columns, height and width, this height and width is going to remain the same. Okay, 1 1, either I'll put 1 1 or I'll keep it blank. But these two arguments, now these two arguments are going to be dependent on this A1 cell. So whatever arguments we write here, they will be from the viewpoint of this A1 cell. Okay, so I'm putting tab now. Now again we want Nina to appear over here. So in offset, your starting point always starts with 0. So when you want Nina, so you want to move one row down. So I am just giving 1 here. And in terms of columns, you have to move one column to the right. So I am giving 1 here. Okay. And if I press OK here, it will give Nina. Okay. But again, when I copy this formula down, it has to give me Chantel, Nancy, and so on and so on. So I am pressing F2 here. Or I can just say click Alt I and F, and here it is. Now we want to make this row and columns volatile or dynamic. So I am pressing tab. Now in rows, I am using row function ROW, and I will open parenthesis and close. Now the result of this row function is 2 because we are sitting in this row number 2. Okay, and as we copy, it will basically increment it to 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. So right now we are starting from this particular cell, which is A1, and now row is giving me 2, so we are moving 2 rows down, so 1 and 2, and assuming that we will keep this column argument 1, we are moving one column to the right. So if I click OK here, it will give me Chantal, isn't it? Here it is, but we don't want Chantal, we want Nina to appear. So again Alt F, and we'll simply subtract 1 from here. Okay, Nina. And now if I copy this down, it's giving me the first name. So I'll delete this. So this row argument is working fine. Now coming to this column argument, again I'll press Alt I and F. Now this column argument basically depends on what we want. Now the next thing we want is a department. So as I copy this formula to its right, I want a department of Nina, then the last name, and so on. So I'm going to use match here. Okay, match. I'll say match this. My lookup value is this. I'll press F4 2 times. Okay, because I want that row to remain constant but columns to scroll. My lookup array is going to be this, which I'll freeze, and I want exact match. Okay, now again let's try to evaluate this. So now we are beginning our offset from this A1 cell. In terms of row, we are moving one row down, and in terms of columns, we are moving 2 columns to the right. So 1 and 2. So it is giving me Simon. If I click OK, Simon, but we want Nina here. So even from match, I am subtracting 1. Enter, and let's see whether this thing works. Department, perfect. Last name Simon, and start date is 23rd July 2008. Perfect. So things look okay. Now we'll simply select this range of cell and press Ctrl D, and it's done. Okay, so you can use offset along with row and match to have this to extract those columns and also make this formula dynamic. So now if I want, say, a phone number instead of last name, I can simply come here and copy this column label and paste special value, enter, you have a name. Or if you want, instead of started, if you want email address, if you want to extract this email address column, paste special value, and you have email address. So friends, this is how you can use offset and index and match to extract columns and also have that formula a dynamic. So the moment you change the column name, you have a list of that particular column label. And in this video, or in this Excel sheet, in this sheet number 2, I am giving these 2 formulas, so that when you practice, if you ever get confused, just refer here and try to practice taking this 2 formulas as a base. Okay, so friends, this brings me to the end of this video. If you have liked this video, do give me a thumbs up. Also leave comment if you know any other way of dealing with this kind of situation, and hit that bell icon so that you get notifications of my upcoming video. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye bye.